I would actually go over there and deal with Putin. Plain and simple.
A 73-year-old veteran here in Winnipeg says if he could, he'd be headed back to Europe to defend peace once more. He says the situation in Ukraine has many veterans here in the city shaking their head.
What really hurts is to see the little children that are, I don't think Putin really understands what he is actually doing.
Corporal George McCall, who served with the Canadian Horse Artillery in Germany from 1969 to 1971, comes from a long military bloodline and is now a regular at the Royal Canadian Legion in Elmwood. He says vets there are regularly tuning into the conflict on the news and says what they're seeing is hard to fathom, especially as the situation escalates.
Now he's threatening to use nuclear power. I guess he can't remember when we dropped the bomb over in Japan and the devastation.
For McCall himself, he wants to see what the effects of sanctions on Russia from Canada and other international forces will be, but notes he hopes Canada and international governments are also targeting Putin's personal wealth.
We don't back down whatsoever. Canada never back down from a conflict. Right now, we don't want to see a conflict.
On Tuesday, Anita Anand, Canada's Minister of National Defence, stressed that the country has already contributed to the Ukrainian defence. That's in the form of extensive training efforts in Ukraine since 2015, alongside roughly $18 million in lethal and non-lethal military aid, noting the country is playing an important role in the NATO response, with 3,400 troops on standby if requested.
Any decision relating to combat would be taken in conjunction with our NATO allies, and at the current time, what we are doing is reinforcing our defensive and deterrent posture.
As for McCall, someone who has served overseas, he says the situation is one to monitor closely, not mincing his words when it comes to his thoughts on the Russian president.
Putin is another Adolf Hitler. No ifs, ands, or buts. He's out to control. He's not thinking about his people whatsoever, and it's a shame.
For those who are looking for some comfort or conversation during the crisis, McCall says the Legion will always work to help any way it can, saying its doors are open to civilians, soldiers, and veterans alike. In Winnipeg, Modjeski, City News.